Facebook now. Let's see, 2 seconds, and should be able to see it hit your timeline because I added you to it. And should be able to. I hope I didn't do what I think I just did.
Yeah, I think it is sharing on my timeline. I did see the tag.
Okay, there it is. No, I thought, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought I exited out of this Facebook window. Okay, all right, so let's get you set up. All right, so there you go, boom. So check your, are you logged into Facebook? Or check, you can check it from your phone, actually. So go, yeah, check your Facebook and see if you see the feed on your timeline or on your profile, and then if so, then we're good to go. All right, so there you go, boom. So check your what's up, what's up, what's up? We already got some people watching. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If you're watching, hit the like button, hit the share button. We're just finalizing the technology piece, and we'll get started in a second. If you're watching on Instagram, all right.
So it does look like it's tagged to my my Facebook too.
Okay, perfect. So let's see. I think if it's tagged to your Facebook, you don't need to share it, but you can go ahead and share it just to. All right, this might be one of your friends, Lauren DiTulio.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So they can see it on your profile. All right, we're good to go. All right. I want to try to do. I don't even know how to do it on Instagram. I ain't even gonna mess with it. I don't know. When you go live with someone, anyone can watch their live videos and be able to watch it too.
Yeah. So my Instagram isn't my Facebook. So I'm cool.
All right. I got you. Yeah, man. Instagram got to get that together, man. They got to get with these third-party platforms so that people can easily use. Easily use the feature. All right, so I'm gonna task you with watching the comments on Facebook.
So I need to keep my phone logged in.
Huh?
I need to keep my phone logged up.
Yeah, just keep it logged up. I mean, you don't have to. It'll just be easier for me.
Okay, I got you.
And
phone logged up.
Yeah, just keep it logged up. I mean, you don't have to. Turn the volume on your Facebook. Cool. And what's up, Richmond 24? Yeah, good to go. Actually, that might be mine. All right. Yeah, that was mine. All right, we good to go. All right, you ready?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna keep track of the comments.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I got mine up. I can see it. I'll be able to see it. All right, cool. So technology piece is finally in place. Can you hear me, Toya?
I can hear you, Kevin.
Okay, good. Let me hop in front of the camera. Make sure my shirt tight. All right, shirt tight. I'm buttoned up here with my background of the big city. I think it's New York, Empire State Building in the background. And we are officially live. So welcome everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a relaxful Sunday. I hope you're enjoying some family time, some friend time, whatever it is that you do on Sunday, especially during this pandemic. I hope that you are just having a good weekend. Now we're going to get started pretty soon. I just want to again, make sure if you can't hear us, put it in the comments. If you have a question, put it in the comments. I'm going to try to monitor the comments as best I can. If you're watching on Instagram, you basically have a feed of the screen. Go ahead and make a comment in the Instagram box, and I'll try to check both of them periodically. So if you see me dip from the screen, I'm just checking my computer for the comments and everything like that. All right, so how you doing, Toya? You ready?
I'm great. Yes, I am ready. A little bit.
I was gonna say, you nervous? You know, man, after talking to you last night, man, I realized, that I'm a lot more comfortable talking, talking over the video and everything like that. And everybody's not, not that comfortable. It's still public speaking, and public speaking is one of the biggest fears that people have naturally. So, but I don't think you scared. You ain't scared. You ain't nervous.
I can talk to the people in person, but over a Zoom, it's a different thing.
It's a little different. Okay, so today we are going to talk about a couple things. We have LaToya Hall on. For anyone who's watching on Toya's feed, my name is Kevin Breckenridge. Me and Toya are basically family. We've been family. We've been friends for, man, probably over 20 years now. I think I just turned 35. I think I met you when I was 13 going on 14. So it's been over 20 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then for anyone who's watching on my feed, this is LaToya Hall again, family, big sister, known her for over 20 years. She's done a lot in the community. And right now, in one capacity, she is serving as the founder of Be the Change Foundation, which we're going to talk a lot about today. And we're going to highlight some of the things that the organization is doing. And we're going to talk about the organization. We're going to talk a little bit about Toya, and we're going to talk about how you can actually support the organization and some of the events that they have coming up this month, as well as maybe Toya will be able to give us an idea of some of the things that they have planned in the near future. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Toya. What do you want the good people to know about you?
Well, thanks for tuning in. My name is LaToya Hall. I am a single mother of 2 kids. I have 2 boys, ages 16 and 11. I'm a forever resident of Cincinnati, so born and raised in Cincinnati. As Kevin stated, I am the founder of Be the Change organization, and what we do is focus on ensuring the youth have the proper tools to be able to adapt in today's society. So we offer tutoring services for our parents. We kind of advocate for them within the school system. A lot of our kids are, on IEPs, and most parents don't know how to actually read the literature of the IEP. So we assist with that. We also just do general school supply giveaways and hygiene products.
Okay, great. So you mentioned a couple things. So can you explain what an IEP is? What's an IEP?
So it's just a learning plan for kids. Most kids, they need additional time to, take tests, or they need a different environment to be able to comprehend what's on the test, whether a teacher is reading the information to them and the student is basically, then selecting their answer. It's just more one-on-one based versus, the kids taking the test in the same classroom as, other students. They're just more time, to take their tests.
Okay, perfect. And then you mentioned tutoring. What age group can you tutor up to, or are there specific subjects, or what's the limitations or the parameters on the tutoring?
Okay, so with the tutoring service that I offer, it's K through 12. I pretty much encourage my parents 2 days a week, and consistency will be the key. As far as getting involved with the tutoring, now that COVID has happened, I have limited space. I am trying to work out the details so that I can offer my services to more people, because as school, we're not sure how the school year is going to take place, whether it be virtual or in person. So I'm trying to accommodate as best as possible, but I do have policies and procedures in place and literature that my parents, do have to sign off on, and just understand that my tutoring services is not a, do the work for the kids. We're going to make sure that we're on the same page as far as what the expectations are. Parents come to me and tell me what subjects. I do all subjects, but I also do a general assessment. And after each session, I talk to the parents and let them know what we covered, and then what the next steps will be moving forward.
I like it. So Some of the people watching, unfortunately, may not be in Cincinnati, Ohio, because we got followings that are all over the world. So for the people who are not watching, the question I would have is, what would you say to a parent in terms of figuring out whether or not their student needs tutoring, or whether or not, if their student needs tutoring, whether they should make that decision to go ahead and get their child a tutor? What are some of the benefits that you've seen, or what are some of the benefits of hiring a tutor to help out a kid in need?
So I can go off personal experience. Yes, I tutor, but I have an 11-year-old that needs tutoring. Now we can't connect. So it's more so you have to invest in your kid. You have to know your child in order to do select a tutor. I always try to encourage people, tutoring it is not a form of a parent not being able to parent their child. Different kids have different learning styles, and sometimes they just need a different environment. And it actually helps them excel in the classroom. I've had kids that I've tutored that, when we first started off, it was a challenge. But the parents, they're committed, and they're willing to do the work, and they seem to turn around and it's success stories. So that's the rewarding part, for me. As far as the money, so I charge $100 a week. It really breaks down to $25 a session, and the money actually goes back into the kids, because each kid that comes through my tutoring program, I provide them with the binder set up for the subjects that they need to tutoring in, as well as I provide additional books and all the materials that they need. So the parents are really investing back into their kids. The $100 a week that they're paying, it really goes back in their kids, and the parents see it and they really appreciate it.
I love it. And one thing you had mentioned earlier, and I want you to, give yourself a pat on the back too, because I've been watching you for years, man, for years, investing in your kids. Now tell us a little bit. You got an 11-year-old, you got a 16-year-old, and one of the important things that you said is, you have to invest in your children, right? You have to invest in your children. So tell us a little bit about, some of the activities that your kids have been involved in, some of their accomplishments, and just your attitude and approach towards investing in your kids' future as a mom.
So my kids, obviously, both of my boys, they're involved in football and wrestling. My oldest is a junior at St. X. My youngest, he's going into the 6th grade at St. Dominic. And I pretty much try to show them different ways. I think today's society, these kids are, getting caught up in the music, and they feel like what these rappers are rapping about is reality. And outside of my kids, I'm heavily involved in Little League football. This is my first year that I stepped away from Little League, and it's a different feel, because I'm so invested into the kids that I come across. And to say like it's no Little League for me this year, something felt like I was playing, but I had to, just step away to be able to build my foundation and, give back in different ways, because the same kids that, I made a difference in their lives through Little League and the families, that they still come around. And, it's always an open door type deal with me. With my kids, their friends, they're always welcome. I just did a vacation that really wasn't a vacation, because my friends' kids were, their friends were able to go. So we went to, Tennessee, 12 people deep.
Ooh.
Kids,
some kids, some teenagers.
Yeah. So it was, it was a different type of vacation, but they enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm a big kid myself, so I think that's why the kids are able to relate to me.
I love it. Okay, so one of the things you mentioned earlier too, in addition to the tutoring, you said you also provide some hygiene products. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about why you started providing the hygiene products, and just what was the reasoning behind that? What need did you see there?
So again, just being involved with, the kids in general, football, little league, football practice, boys stink, we have our huddles. So it's like, okay, these kids are, becoming of age where they need to be introduced to, the deodorants, and let's move away from the soaps. Let's get the body washes. And I just, again, it was started through my football interaction. I was providing my kids with just the football kids, the school supplies and the hygiene products. And, that was on a smaller scale because each one of my teams, the max I had was like 35 kids.
Mhm.
So, I started the back to school giveaway and the hygiene products on a larger scale to on a smaller scale to my football team. But then over the past couple years, I'm expanding and just doing the actual community.
Okay. Okay. Great. So let's backtrack a little bit and talk about, if you can remember, because I was thinking about this a few minutes ago. Like, man, when I was a kid, you were very supportive. You were very giving. You had an open heart. A big heart. So I don't know if you remember, when you started getting involved with the youth. But do you kind of talk about a little bit about when you started getting involved with the youth? Was it before you had kids, or was it once you started having the little boys and you wanted to get them active, and how did all that happen?
You know how my daddy is,
Yeah.
Kevin. My daddy got me started on this. So, before I had kids, my dad always, took in other people's kids because, he's big on the sports. He always 6 a.m. workouts, me and my friends, we shooting 100 free throws before our game. And, with you and my brother, he made sure, hey, y'all in the bed on time. Hey, big fella, you got this workout. I'm saying, did you eat good? So I think I just got it from my dad. And then
Yeah.
once I started having kids and my kids got older, um, just to come up, I wanted them to be appreciative of the opportunities that they had. I think sometimes as parents, we try to give our kids the best of everything, but our kids lose sight. So we have to, then humble themselves.
Mhm.
And it was more so, y'all are blessed to, have the things that you have. It's time for you to start, giving back and, helping kids that don't have the same, things that you have.
Mhm.
So it was more so, my kids, they have everything that they need and want. They don't want for anything. Let me start giving back to, others that definitely do need this.
Mhm. I like it. I like it. And it's funny because I was thinking about your dad the other day. I was working out at the local high school, right? And there was a old head brother out there, had all his little gym equipment. He pulled out the flatbed of the truck and he was working out. And then a parent pulled up. She dropped her son off, and he started working out, the high school kid. And it just reminded me of being at Bacon. Your dad would pull up with the Buick LeSabre, had the weights in the joint. Like, it just reminded me of Pops. So I was like, man, that's crazy. And at the time, I didn't appreciate the mentality and the work ethic and the commitment that your dad, was trying to instill in us as youth. I mean, I just had a good career athletically, but just that mindset and that discipline. And then the fact that, I mean, appreciating as an older adult, your dad was a hard worker. You know what I mean? Like, so just appreciating that work ethic, and then seeing, with hearing you talk about it, and then seeing how it's unfolded in your life, man, speaks volumes to the work ethic that exists in your family and the commitment, to the youth and their growth and development. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Be the Change. All right, so you gave us a little story, a little background on it. How did you go from, okay, I'm just helping out, kids on the team to, now starting to branch out a little bit more to, okay, I actually want to commit to this thing and actually creating an organization. How did that unfold?
Just conversation. So I was talking to a friend. I was like, yo, I want to start, a foundation to where I'm able to give back to the community and do it on a larger scale. At first, I was nervous because I didn't know how I was going to start it, what I was going to do, how I was going to get the funding. And everybody says, oh, people do, back to school giveaways all the time. What's going to make yours different? And, it made me fall back. But me falling back, it was for me to recognize that, maybe the people that's in my corner really aren't for me. So I had to, change my mentality and change my inner circle. And once I did that, Be the Change took off. I had one friend that, you know, basically spoke life into my foundation. She was like, you can do it. All you have to do is, be ready and accepting of when it comes.
Mm.
And that's, I mean, it's solely off of, my passion of working with, the youth.
I love it.
Started, and then I never looked back and said like, I'm gonna hold off. Like I've been holding off for years. And these last 2 years, it's been like super rewarding. Like I've made connections with people, and it's just the way people want to get involved and help out. I think it speaks volume to my character. Like people really, they're they're with Be the Change, and they're trying to help out my foundation because they know what I'm capable of doing. They know that, I'm truly for the kids. I'm not out here preaching one thing and doing something else.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's a common theme in that when someone has an idea and they want to take that idea from just, being a thought to actually being something that physically exists, there's a common theme where you have people in your existing circle who are going to tell you it can't be done, right? Going to tell you can't do it, tell you it's a dumb idea, whatever the case may be. They're going to speak down about the idea that you have, and it requires you to remove yourself, from that particular circle, that particular conversation, so that you can build up enough confidence, enough faith in what you want to accomplish and move past that. And sometimes that pushes us back and makes us question the validity of our idea and whether it's something that we can actually do. But sometimes people get stuck there and they quit. But when people actually move past that and move into that unknown of how am I going to do this, where am I going to get the money from? Where's the support going to come from? When you move with faith and belief in, that goal and that idea, that dream, then you attract, an entirely new group of people, man. So it's, I'm glad that you said that. I had a conversation with another brother last week, and it was, very similar story. So it's good to see that. And if anybody's watching, I always say, if you have something that you've been sitting on, even if you've been sitting on it for years, it does not matter how long you've had this thought. If it's something that you want to do, move forward and don't worry about the support of people around you right now. The support will come if you believe strongly enough in it, and if you're committed, enough to it. And then, one of the things you said too, if the integrity of character, like people know, who I am, they know what I'm about. So if your integrity and your character fits in line with what you want to do, don't worry about all of the question marks. Just move, and things will come together as you move along, and you'll learn, right, as you move along. I mean, tell us, just compared to, where you started and where you are now, how do you feel about everything that you've learned, and kind of what has been your approach to the learning process and the challenge of trying to learn everything that you've had to learn?
It's just when my thought and my ideas come to place, um, I talk to my supporting cast, like, yo, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. Sometimes they think my ideas are far-fetched. And it's like, Toya, you got to slow down. And I'm like, no, this is what I want to do. As long, and my mentality is, as long as it's not affecting my household, I'm good. Like, I don't think we as people, sit back and look on the amount of money that we blow on fast food. So everything is, oh, I ain't got the money right now. But when you look, we blow money on food, on dumb things. So it's like that money that I'm blowing on these dumb things, I can put that money and give it to some people that really need it. It's never been about money for me. So these 2 years, my back to school giveaways, it's been solely out of, my pockets. People ask me how I do it, being a single parent. Again, my kids got everything. They're not wanting for anything. They're straight. As long as my kids are straight, let me help some other people along the way. And I do have people that do invest into, my events because they see how passionate I am. Let me see how I can, help. Whether it's a monetary donation or they just, volunteering their time. I got 800 bags I need to stuff. 7 days. My first event is, 7 days away. I got 800 bags of stuff. So it's crunch time right now. I got to start, reaching out to people and see who's available, to help. So I'm ready. Like I'm excited all week. I don't know how I'm gonna do my real work because I'm excited for my events.
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and segue into that. So you got 2 events coming up, right?
Yeah.
2 events in the next 2 weeks. Tell us about each event. Give us all of the detail, and then for anyone who is watching, whether or not they're in Cincinnati or whether they're around the world, wherever they might be, I got friends everywhere. How what can they do to support you? First, tell us about the events. Give us all of the details. Give us a little backstory on it if you can, and then tell people locally as well as people not locally how they can support you, support the organization, and support the 2 events coming up.
Right. Okay. So my first event will be August the 9th. That's my back to school giveaway. I'm giving away 500 backpacks full of school supplies. I understand that learning could be virtual this year. However, the kids still need the supplies in order to do the work, whether it's from home or they're going in class and it's going to be in person. I'm also giving away 200 drawstring bags full of hygiene products. So, body wash, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste. And it's going to be gender based. So I'm doing 100 for the male, 100 for females. It's going to be at the Mother of Christ Church in Winton Terrace. So Winton Terrace is the community that I'm always going to do my give backs in. I feel like that's a community that, a lot of give backs isn't given. When I did my back to school drive last year, they were very appreciative. And I think that was the most rewarding, how everybody was, saying thank you. They appreciated, the donations, the backpacks, the hygiene products. Another thing that I had learned was, the event was for the youth. However, there was adults asking me if they can, get hygiene bags for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But because my flyer stated, everything was, for kids, I had to adhere to that. But this year, my hygiene bags going to anybody that needs them. My flyer actually says I'm giving away 200. I'm giving away more than 200. I'm not going to put the number out there, but it's more than 200. And it was just, it was based off like, well, I got to help any way I can. That's my mentality. My kids they get mad at me because I'm super cheap when it comes to myself. I don't pay more than $40 for some kicks. My son is 16, he got a little job or whatever, so he buying me kicks. I'm like, son, I don't need these. And when I don't wear them, he gets upset. Like, you remember when we was growing up, skipping school to get the J's, man. I done grew up.
Yep. It's crazy how you know, as you get older and mature, as certain, you know, life aspects become more important, how little you care about how much you spend on your clothes or your shoes and things like that. But that's a testament to you know, the amount of sacrifice. I mean, I know for a fact growing up, y'all had every pair of for a fact y'all had every pair of Jordans. So, but nah, that's all love, man. And it's interesting you had mentioned too that you have adults who actually showed up, and adults were looking for hygiene products. I mean, I remember, you know, one time I was working at CVS, and adults used to come in and steal the hygiene products because they didn't have them. So it's good that you're finding a way to support the youth as well as supporting the adults as best you can. So what I'll do for the two events, we'll post the flyers. Well, that was one event. You got another one, right? All right. So for the two events, I'll post the flyers in the comment section once we get done with the live, so you all have the actual detail on the events. Now, tell us real quick for the backpack event. Well, tell us about the next event, and then we'll circle back on again how people can support you, especially if they're not local. So you have so that event is August 9th, right?
August the 9th from 3 to 6 at the Mother of Christ Church in Winton Terrace. But it's really from 3 into the, you know, backpacks and hygiene bags are gone. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe the event is not going to last to 6 o'clock. So if you're interested in receiving, please make sure you get there, you know, line up. Also keep in mind, we will have social distancing in place. And just because, you know, we're dealing with the pandemic, that doesn't mean that I'm going to shut my back to school giveaway down. In the beginning, a lot of people were trying to talk me out of it. I didn't care. It's like, you know, yes, we're dealing with a pandemic, but people still have needs. So, you know, let me help out the best way I can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The second event that I'm having, it will be August the 16th. I'm going to give 60 kids. So it'll be 30 boys and 30 girls. 30 boys will be able to get free haircuts. 30 girls, they will be able to get free braiding styles. This idea, that this is the first time I've ever done a Styles on Us event. And it's more so, it goes along with the back to school giveaway. A lot of, you know, families have financial burdens where they're not able to, you know, get the basic school supplies or even make sure that their kids have, you know, haircuts and things like that for their first day of school. Mm-hmm. Again, I got an amazing group of people around me. I just made a couple calls and asked them, like, you know, hey, this is what, you know, I'm thinking about doing. Are you interested in volunteering your services? Mm-hmm. And it was like, let's go. I'm with it. And that right there, like that speaks volumes to, you know, a lot of people characters, because there are people that's willing to give back and they're not looking to, you know, get paid for their services, you know, and that's what I appreciated the most, because when I first thought about it, I'm like, you know, this is how people live, you know, they cut hair and they, you know, do hair for a living. Maybe they will want some type of, you know, monetary compensation, but they was like, no, this is a good idea. Let's go with it. Just tell me what I need to do. And everything is, you know, outlined. I'm excited. Like I said, this will be the first time that we do the styles, but I think it's going to come together right. And in order to, you know, receive a free haircut or the braiding styles, you have to attend the back to school giveaway. So we'll have raffle tickets. You put your name in a raffle. A couple days before the Styles on Us event, we're gonna select the kids. So I'm gonna select the kids. They're gonna provide me with all their information. They'll be given a time slot. Now, understand that we are, you know, in the social distancing thing, so everybody will be provided a time. That way the barbershop is not crowded and we're not having a long wait for people. People are going to come at the time that they're designated to come. And if you're more than 10 minutes late, we're going to have to cancel your appointment because we do have to stay on track.
I like it. I like it. I like it. It's very I like it, man. That's major. I mean, you know, man, I tell you, it just reminds me, man. You know, growing up in poverty is a tough deal, and you know, not being able to go to school on the first day with a fresh hairstyle, with a fresh haircut, and if you don't have a fresh hairstyle, you don't have a fresh haircut, that most likely means you don't have any new clothes either. And so you're going into a new school year when you're surrounded by other people who, you know, have these things, and you know, and you start to feel out of place, and sometimes you actually end up becoming a butt of jokes, you know. So that's a good thing you're doing, man. I love it. I love it. So we got a couple more minutes for anyone who is in Cincinnati but can't make it to the event, or for anyone who's not in Cincinnati but still want to support. Is there a way that they can support you financially, as well as how can people keep up with the organization? How can they connect with you in the organization?
All right. So as far as monetary donations, we do have a Cash App that's set up for Be the Change. If you know me personally, please do not send it to my personal Cash App. I would like to keep my personal Cash App and my foundation Cash App separate. So the foundation's Cash App is the $ Be the Change 0420, and you'll see the logo as the profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a Venmo and a Apple Pay.
Okay, so let me, I'm gonna type this in the comments real quick while we got somebody. All right, so it's gonna be Cash App, Be the Change, and 0420, right?
0420, and then make sure the $ is in front.
Yep. Logo will be profile picture. Okay, got it. All right, love it. And then how can they keep up with you on social media?
On social media, on Facebook, you can like the foundation's page. It's Be the Change Foundation. The logo is our profile picture. And as far as IG, the IG is B.TheChange. Hold on. Let me make sure I say the IG right.
Sorry, I know you knew the Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not like Instagram savvy.
It's all good.
So the IG is B.the.change.foundation.
Okay,
And then
perfect.
again, the logo is the profile picture for the IG as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's see. All right, we covered the two events. We'll again, I'll put the event, the two flyers in the comments for the events. Also, Toya is tagged in the video, so if you want to reach out to her, send her a direct message through Facebook or connect with the organization. If you don't want to comment or connect publicly, you can do so, I assume, in the direct message. And make sure you follow the organization's Facebook page. Make sure you follow the organization's Instagram page. And just so people know, this isn't the first time, right? This is the actual second annual for the back to school giveaway. And this is something that you plan to do moving forward every year. Is that right?
Correct. So this is the second annual back to school giveaway. Again, this is the second time on a larger scale.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it, you know, on a much smaller scale for about 5 years now. But, you know, I've just stepped out on faith and you know, I'm ready to expand and do it large.
Yeah. I mean, you talking hundreds.
Yes.
Hundreds. I like it. From from a single idea, you know, impacting hundreds, man. So I love it. Well, thank you everyone for logging on and watching. Thank you, Toya, for taking some time out on Sunday. You know, that goes to show that there really are no days off. You know, we work 7 days a week, especially when we have a goal, we have a dream, and we want to accomplish something. So thank you all for watching. Again, Toya, thank you for logging on. And if you want to support the organization, all of the information is in the comments. I'll also tag the Facebook fan page of the organization. And then be sure to like and share this video so that more people will become aware of the two events and as well as how they can support. And we look forward to the two events growing in prosperity and impact over the years. So thanks again, Toya. Thanks for everyone logging on. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you doing this.
Hey, no problem, man. It's good talking to you. Thank you.
Facts. Hey, guess what? My grandpa is, he think I'm a celebrity, bro. Every time I go over there, you know, and I talk to him about the different events that I have going on, he just want to take my picture, and he tell everybody his granddaughter is a superstar.
Hey, you are, man. You are a superstar. That's love, man. That's love. So everybody still watching, we got a superstar in the building.
I'm not. So
well deserved.
Everything I do is strictly, you know, it's not for recognition and likes. It's done out of love. Like I really like, I'm moved by the kids because they actually have a lot to say, but don't have a platform, or they don't feel comfortable in confiding into adults. So it's like, I'm trying to get out there to, you know, let them know, like, hey, people really do care. I think us as adults, we have to change our mindset too, and, you know, understand that the youth are the future, and we just got to speak positivity into our kids. Like, we can't allow them to go out in this world and think like what these rappers rapping about is really life. Like, no, that's just how they make their money. We can't, you know, get brainwashed. We can't allow our kids to just basically fall victim to society. Like, we can't. It's a whole lot of distractions. We just have to, you know, let them know what's real and what's not.
What's real and what's not. And when you peel back the onion on those rappers, most of the time they're just actors, man.
That's true.
Just actors.
Then another thing I want to speak on real quick. So hopefully when COVID dies down, another event that I want to have, you know, coming up here in the near future, I want to put together a basketball game with the youth, and it be versus the police. So the youth will be able to see the police in, you know, a different light outside of their jobs. And my ask of the police would be, don't just come to the communities to police the communities, actually get to know the people that live in them.
I love it.
We can, you know, kind of bridge the gap between the youth and the police. The interaction there has to be different in order, you know, for difference to happen. Like, the whole be the change is something that I'm about. Like, I'm trying to make a change and let the kids know, hey, it's different, you know, ways that you can live. And just because, you know, you live in a hood, that doesn't mean that you have to be a product of your environment. Like, you can actually make your environment a product of you. Like, I want to get the kids more engaged in, you know, community work, you know, things like that. It's so much that I have, like, my brain is always going, ask me, you know, when do I ever sleep? I really don't sleep.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the questions I had was, you know, what do you see for the future of the foundation and some of the things that you want to do? So that's perfect. That's perfect. And you have, you know, a true dreamer's mind, man. There's no shortage, you know, to what can be dreamed and what can be accomplished and achieved. So all it takes is time, energy, and effort and execution. And at some point in time, you know, given that we have enough time, we'll be able to see it all through. So thank you again, Toya. I appreciate you.
All right, I'll talk to you. I appreciate you having me and doing this and getting the word out for me.
Hey, no problem. All right. Take care. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.